You won't believe what happened at our company party. I was mid-sentence in one of my usual rambling monologues, finishing the last sip of my beloved cinnamon tea, when she emerged from the kitchen, a mug in hand. You know how these corporate gatherings go. Raising glasses to the company, to friendship, to the future, and to just about anything else we could think of. In short, we toasted to both the possible and the impossible. I was in a light-hearted mood, letting the night play out without any grand speeches or dramatic gestures. I like to think I carry myself with a certain flair. At least, that's what I tell myself. She lifted an eyebrow, taking a slow sip from her mug, as if she were at a funeral. Her expression teetered between mild curiosity and subtle judgment, but I kept talking, feeling like the lead in a badly written play. You know, Anna, my colleagues can't seem to take their eyes off me. Honestly, they're all gorgeous, each one more stunning than the last. She arched an eyebrow, her grin playful. Oh, and who exactly are you referring to? Marina from accounting, I answered, watching the amusement flicker in her eyes. She smirked. The one who constantly confuses her spreadsheets with her folders? You're into her? Feigning offense, I let out an exaggerated sigh. No. She practically lives at the office. Not my type. And what about Sylvia from HR? Anna asked, tilted her head as if recalling some scandalous story. I shot her a sideways glance. She approached me in a red dress the other night. Completely obvious. Totally flirting. Anna snorted, though for a split second, her smile faltered. You really think you're some kind of Casanova, don't you? Naturally, I teased. At first, I played it cool, but before I knew it, I was completely under her spell. It was supposed to be a joke, something lighthearted, but the look in Anna's eyes made me hesitate. Her expression shifted. Her lips pressed together, her gaze darkening with something I couldn't quite place. Are you serious? She asked, her voice lower, heavier. That was when the mood shifted, as if the ground beneath us had suddenly tilted. All right, I said, raising my hands in surrender, swaying slightly as I tried to make sense of what just happened. I lingered in the kitchen for a moment, uncertain, then instinctively followed her. Anna sat curled up on the living room couch, legs tucked beneath her, a blanket wrapped around her shoulders. She stared past me, focusing on some unseen point in the distance. Andrew, she started softly, her voice barely above a whisper, fragile as if it might shatter. Since you brought it up, I frowned, unsure where this was going. Do you remember the New Year's party 2 years ago? I nodded, though I didn't fully grasp what she was getting at. Of course, I had to work late, so I couldn't pick you up. You came home buzzing with excitement. You said you had a great time. She swallowed hard. The boss was there. Do you remember him? He had just started at the company back then. A wave of unease rippled through me, my pulse quickening. Yeah, I replied, forcing my voice to stay level despite the tightening in my stomach. She avoided my gaze, her voice growing tight. We were drunk. It happened once. At first, I couldn't process what she was saying. My mind refused to register the words. Wait, what? My voice came out unsteady. Her eyes met mine, and for a fleeting moment, I saw raw pain flicker in them. I cheated on you. The words hit like a sledgehammer, reverberating through my chest. The room blurred, her confession echoing over and over in my mind. What did you do? I barely managed to whisper. Her voice wavered. It was a long time ago after that night. I tried to push it away, she pleaded, her eyes filled with desperation, as if willing me to believe her. It meant nothing. It meant nothing. A cold fury surged through me, searing from the inside out. And you call that nothing? My voice was sharp, cutting through the space between us like a blade. Tears streaked down her face, distorting her features in raw anguish. Her shoulders trembled as she sobbed, her voice cracking. Andrew, I never wanted this. I thought I could handle it. Do you even hear yourself? My chest felt tight, my heart slamming against my ribs. Before I knew it, I was on my feet, as if struck by lightning. You cheated on me, and you're acting like you just picked out a new set of curtains. She flinched but held her ground, her voice barely above a whisper. "I thought you'd understand." A bitter, humorless laugh escaped me, but it sounded hollow, empty. "Understand?" My voice cracked under the weight of disbelief. "Understand what exactly?" She reached out, but I instinctively stepped back, recoiling from her touch. I couldn't bring myself to be anywhere near her. "You were just talking about your co-workers, about Sylvia," she said hesitantly, as if grasping for some kind of justification. "That was a joke," I snapped, shaking my head in disbelief. "Can't you even grasp that?" Her expression drained of all emotion, her face frozen in place as if she'd turned to stone. "A joke?" she echoed, her voice barely audible. "Are you serious?" I could feel myself unraveling, my body trembling with rage I could no longer contain. She didn't need to say another word. I saw it in her eyes, that slow, sinking realization of everything that had just fallen apart between us. "You were joking," she murmured, more to herself than to me. I opened my mouth to respond, but before I could, everything erupted from within me. The anger, the pain, the unbearable weight of betrayal. "And you," my voice was raw, shaking, "you destroyed everything." "Andrew, please," she begged, stepping forward, but I recoiled again. "Don't touch me." My voice was sharp, broken, filled with emotions I could no longer suppress. She covered her face with her hands, as if shielding herself from the storm raging between us. "I want to fix this," she choked out. "I swear I do." "Fix it." A hollow scoff escaped my lips. "You actually think you can fix this?" My hands clenched at my sides, my body rigid under the crushing weight of it all. Without another word, I grabbed my jacket off the chair, shoving my arms into it in hurried, rough movements. "Where are you going?" she cried, desperation lacing her voice. "Stop it," I shouted over my shoulder, my voice splintering under the strain. Then I was gone. The door slammed shut behind me with such force that the glass in the frame rattled. The sound echoed through the empty hallway. But I didn't stop. I didn't look back. Outside, the air was sharp, biting through my jacket and numbing my fingers, but I barely felt it. The city pulsed around me, cars humming in the distance, windows glowing with soft, golden light. People laughed, talked, lived their lives as if nothing had changed. And there I was, standing alone in an empty alley. I stared down at the pavement, its dark, slick surface reflecting the streetlights in an almost unnatural way. 8 years. 8 years of what I thought was a strong, honest relationship. It had been my home, my anchor, my safe place. And now, it all felt like a cruel joke, a twisted illusion that had shattered before my eyes. My mind dragged me back to the moment we met. She was working in a bookstore, helping me pick out a gift for my nephew. She had laughed, open and unguarded, the kind of laugh that felt real, that felt pure. How did we end up here? The question refused to leave my mind, circling relentlessly. Why? Why did she do it? Why didn't she tell me before? Why now, after all this time, when I had been living in blissful ignorance? Had I been blind? Had I worked too much? Had I not paid enough attention? No, this was her choice, her decision. A lump formed in my throat, thick and suffocating. I had always believed in her, in us, and now it felt like a sick, twisted joke. And tomorrow? I had no idea what tomorrow would bring.